All right, so this is a question I get a lot. Should I really buy bottled water? Is bottled water really better than tap water? So, the answer is kind of split in the middle. So, bottled water, yes, there are benefits to bottled water. It is purified, but all it is those companies that you buy that bottled water from, it's tap water. They're just purifying it. Unless you're actually getting spring water, then that's different. That's natural purification. So, I would say that bottled water on its own, yes, it's healthier than plain tap water, but you can save a lot more money just purifying your tap water. There's different purifiers you can buy, and the one I recommend the most is the Zero Water filter or the Pure filter. That one's pretty good. Brita is okay, but it doesn't filter out pesticides that are found in tap water. But you can save a lot of money just buying these filters rather than paying for that bottled water. Is a whole lot more money. So when it comes to you buying that bottled water, there's also negatives that come along with it, and that's the chemical that the plastic is made out of that the bottled water is in, which is called bisphenol A, which is a plastic hardener. It's actually a chemical that was experimented with back in the 1940s or 50s. I think it was the 1940s, and it was experimented as for women and birth control, and it was found to be too weak, so it was back shelved. So around that time during the World War II, they found that it was actually a good chemical to bond with plastic to make harder plastics and make a lot of different dishes that we use in modern day right now. So the problem with that is when you drink that bottled water, especially when it sits in your car. I see people sit bottled waters in car and they still drink the water, and they say the water tastes plasticky. And what you're drinking is the chemicals that are leaching out of that plastic back into the water, and then you're drinking that. The problem with that is that bisphenol A chemical that is in that water can disrupt your hormones, and it actually, for men and women, it mimics estrogen in your body. And both men and women produce testosterone and estrogen. It's just men produce way more testosterone and women produce way more estrogen. It's just more of a balance, but that ingesting that chemical actually distorts that balance, and it can cause different conditions in men like gynecomastia, which means you can develop breast tissue or man boobs. That's the layman's term for it. Or for women, you can actually develop breast cancer, which men can still develop breast cancer, but it's much more prominent in women. So that's why I recommend more so just use your tap water. Use tap water, but filter your tap water. You'll save a lot of money in the long run. And the Zero Water the Zero Water filter that you can buy at Walmart actually purifies your water better than most bottled water that you can buy on the market. Just go that route. You'll save money, and you'll actually be healthier because you'll be without those chemicals, especially bisphenol A, leaching from the plastic into your water. Just do filtered water. And at the same time, you could do the same thing with your shower. You can put filters in your shower. The best one is the reverse osmosis system, which costs $2,000 to $5,000. So if you have the money, you can go that route. But there are simple filters you can buy from places like Lowe's that cost like a fraction of that. They cost like $30, and you only have to replace them, depending on how contaminated your water is, about every 6 months, 3 to 6 months. So those are better options than you just buying that tap water. If you really care about the water that you're drinking, you should also look at that water that's going on your body in the shower, because that's actually just as important. Because your shower, if you choose to just drink bottled water and think you're being pure and clean, and then you take a shower and that tap water it's not really doing you any better. That tap water still contains those same chemicals that are getting on your skin, and your body actually absorbs those same chemicals, which can cause things like acne, rosacea, and eczema. It can actually trigger your skin and make those conditions worse, especially if you have sensitive skin. So that's why I say, if you really want to have pure water, go the filtration route. Go buy filters. Don't do bottled water. And then, like I said, if you have the money, buy a reverse osmosis system, because that's actually the best way to purify your water, but it can be expensive. But like I said, buy a filter instead if you can't. But yeah, that's my take on, is bottled water really better than tap water? So my answer is kind of in the middle. It's not yes and no. Bottled water's okay, but tap water is still the way to go. But filter your tap water.